Welcome back, you guys. We got another video today. Today we're going to be doing a crop style on the client that's in. Right now, as you can see, I'm just dampening that hair, spraying it with my water bottle. Just getting that hair nice and wet so that I'm able to, slide the comb through it easy. And I'm starting in the back of the crown, going to the recession points in his head and sectioning off that hair so I can separate the top from the bottom. And it's extremely important to do clean sections. You don't want it messy. You want to have a nice straight line. The cleaner the sections, the cleaner the look is going to be. And I created a horseshoe shape up top. And it's kind of hard to tell. Sorry about the camera angle. It's cutting off the top of the video. But I'm just scooping the hair up vertically, twisting it up, and then I'm putting a clip in it to hold it. Right here, I'm going to be creating the shape for the blend. This is also going to be where my, where my bulk line is going to be, and I'm not going to blend higher than this. I'm starting in the back of the head, and I'm going to work towards the left side and then the right side, as you can see right here. Trying to keep it along the parietal ridge, so it's important to know where your client's parietal ridge is. That way the hair can sit right on it, because obviously that's where the head curves. And this is my first time cutting this guy, so I'm not too familiar with the anatomy of his skull, so I don't know exactly where everything is sitting, but we're getting through it, we're getting to it. Same thing on the right side, just going through, scooping all the hair, cutting it, following that guideline, going all the way to the bottom of that vertical bar, right where that C-cup, that curve, and that vertical bar meet. That's gonna be, where I leave it. And like I said, man, this is just the shape, just setting in that foundation, and then I'm gonna blend into it. So I'm gonna go forward, get to that point, and then I'm gonna follow back with it, just go towards the back of the head for that precision. Kind of made a little bit of a rough draft with the shape. Now I'm going to clean it all up and make it more precise. Now I got my 3 guard on, checking it just to make sure. And I'm just gonna do a little bit of debulking into that guideline that I created with the scissors. I've got my lever all the way open, and I'm also using the caliber 9mm. Phenomenal clipper. I suggest y'all try them. Right here, just cleaning up, debulking, getting all this long hair off of his head. This way, I got a clean canvas. It's easier to see. And when I'm putting in my guidelines, I'm not putting guidelines in a bunch of long hair. So definitely want to clean that up, get it as clean as possible. Now I'm following up with my 3.5 blade, my detachable, with my octanes. The reason I'm doing this is because I noticed while I was, debulking with that 3 guard, he had quite a bit of shadows. There's like some lighter spots and some darker spots. And that 3.5 gets such a clean cut. I wanted to go over, all the debulking that I just did and everything below the parietal ridge. Just get a nice level clean canvas, and this way it allows me to see more of those light spots, those dark spots, because not everybody's scalp is smooth. Nobody's got a perfect head shape, so it'll reveal those light spots, those dark spots, and then you can go back in and lighten them up when you're putting in your guidelines and getting that blend. Gotta make sure this pops, yo. We gotta keep this video fresh, keep him fresh, so that's why we're doing it, man. Just keeping them crispy. Just sharing all the little tricks I've learned. I didn't record the guideline that I set when I had his hair down for the crops. So, sorry about that. But all I did was I just combed his hair down, set my guideline, and I'm gonna go off of that. And that's that's where I'm going to have those bangs hang, and I'm not going to go further than that. What I did right here is created my vertical section, and now I separated it right down the middle. lifting vertically up, straight up at a 90-degree angle. And I'm actually following the front of that hair, those bangs that's sitting down right there. That'll transition into my guideline, and I just follow that all the way back down to the crown. And like I said, man, I got the video. I got him sitting up a little bit too high, so you can't see exactly what I'm doing. But what I'm doing is I'm just going straight towards the crown, following that guideline, scooping the hair, making sure that everything's level and even. This way it ensures an even cut all the way throughout. And then as you can see right here, I'm just tying it all in together, doing my sections, working my way out towards the parietal ridge to make sure that all the hair is even. You can see I'm scooping it back, and there's long pieces that are sticking out further than the guideline, so that's actually what I'm cutting right now. Now what I'm doing is I'm just combing the hair forward, and I'm actually going to bring the hair down towards me. I'm going to scoop it and comb it towards me. And whatever hair is hanging over the parietal ridge and that guideline that I set in with my scissors, I'm going to be cutting that, because when you get the hair messy and you move it around, you don't want there to be overhang. So those hairs that are closer to the parietal ridge, you really want to brush over, or not brush, but comb over, and you want to loosen those up. Not loosen those, but you want to cut them up, cut them off. That way there is no overhang, and it all looks like it sits on an edge. As you can see, just showing him where it's sitting, asking him if he likes it. And you know he likes it. You know he's loving that razor's cut. Now I got the top done, which I typically do the top first. Now that I got the top done, working on my bald line, got that clean canvas, starting at I want to say the 3/4 down on that C cup, starting right where his eyebrow is, right where the end of his eyebrow is. It's kind of my guideline, and just curving it down towards that occipital bone in the back of the head. Same thing right here, just creating that curve, trying to follow the same exact shape that I did when I used my scissors. Just the more uniform, the more even, the more symmetrical that your cuts are, the nicer they're going to look. And right here I got my 1.5 guard open, just going straight into that 3.5 blade. Sometimes I'll use a 2, but typically I'll just go straight to a 1.5. I just feel like it's gotten that nice seamless transition, and it allows you to skip a guard just because it flows right into that 3.5. So I'm going under that parietal ridge, under where I used my 3.5, and I'm trying not to blend higher than that because I don't want to raise the blend. Now I got my 1 guard all the way open. I started on the left side, but the video was a little bit blurry. My arm was in the way. So now I'm just working out to the right, working my way to the right, going towards the middle of his head. And the back of his head was a little bit light, and I had a little bit more shadows and areas that need to be lightened up. So I started there first. And as you can see, we're just going through and attacking that blend, that number 1 guard right now. Following that up with my half guard or the 0.5. Depending on which guard you use, it'll be a different number sometimes. Different classification between the companies. Right here, just following that same shape, just lightening up that hair. And I'm making sure to flick out. So I start with my lever open, and then I slowly close it until it's fully closed, and that's when I'll drop down to another lower guard. In this case, after this, I'm gonna be taking the guard off, and I'll be, removing that bottom line, that bald line. Before I do the bald line though, you gotta hit some clipper over comb, really tighten up that blend, get anything that's loose, anything that's overhanging. And I typically detail work while I'm fading. I don't save detailing work for the end all the time. I just do it all at once. As you can see right here, I'm just really trying to smooth that blend out and get it nice and buttery. So what I do is I'll scoop underneath the blend, lift up to where that guideline is, and any hairs that are hanging over or too long, obviously I just get with the clipper. Same thing on this side, using the 1.5 guard on the right side of the head, just making sure I don't go above that 3.5 blade that I originally used. Starting with the lever open, and I'll slowly close it. And I didn't like the shape of the zero, like that zero line, the bald line that was at the bottom of the hair. So, like I said, man, I'm just making sure it's even. So I had to even it out. It was bothering me. I didn't feel like it was right. So just cleaned that up a little bit, gave me a little bit cleaner of a canvas, and followed right back up with my 1 guard, lever open, slowly working it till it's closed, staying below where I just was at with my 1.5. Now I'm just working that bottom line with my half guard, and as you can see in the video, it's already taken it out. So the way I flicked out that bottom line, how I set it up, I don't even really got to use my I don't even got to use the like lever open, taking the guard off. It's just how I did it in the beginning. that C-cup. We're about to make this lineup pop, get them fresh. I'm using my Low Pros, and I'm using the 77Z blade. It's the FX blade, it's the gold FX blade. I've used the DLC, I've used the Chameleon, I've used, there's a bunch of 77G. There's a few other blades that Babyliss has, but I've always felt the 77Z, that's the best blade they got. The actual stationary blade itself, the teeth are thinner than a lot of the other blades, so it allows you to get closer, closer lineup. And when you zero gap it, it gets it even closer. So I've always just felt it's the best blade. If you've never tried the 77Z, pick it up, try it, and see what you think. I mean, as you can see right now, it's making this lineup super crispy. Just going around his ear, trying not to push it up too high. And I'm not going to be leaving his sideburns with hair. I'm not going to be, curving the whole C-cup, so I'm tapering and balding it out. I just felt like for this style, his beard and his haircut, it would look best with a bald taper. Same thing on this side, man. Just make sure those liners are hitting. As you can see, he's already got lighter skin. The hair is lighter at the bottom, and that lineup's still popping out. So, and these are great for beards, great for lineups. No irritation. I've got them set where I feel like they're set to the best they can be. It's doing the work, man. It's doing the work for me. I don't got to work too hard. Just getting his beard. Once I move my hand, you'll be able to see that nice little line that got set in. And yeah, hit him with the straight razor, using some Elegance shave gel. I always use this, rubbing it on his face, especially with lighter clients, like white clients. Myself, I get really bad irritation on the skin. My skin can't handle it, so I always like to have some type of lubricant, where you'll get sometimes you'll get red marks, it'll be uncomfortable. We got sensitive skin, okay? We've got some super sensitive skin. So make sure to use that shave gel. Now I'm just going to be using some Slick Gorilla. I use the paste, not the pomade. I haven't really used the pomade, but I got the paste in his hair right now. Just styling it, putting a little bit on my fingertips, moving it all throughout the hair, trying to get as much coverage as possible. Now, when I'm styling it, he wanted to wear his hair two ways. He wanted to be able to wear it up, so I'm about to show him what it looks like when it's styled up right now. About to spin him around, show him that he can still wear it up. And I also cut it to where if he wants to style it down and messy and go for that crop style, he's able to do that as well. And throughout this, I'm asking him if he likes it, making sure he likes it. And it's fire, bro. Look at that, man. Look at that blend, that lineup. Just doing some detail work right here with the bangs, making sure there's no long hairs. And I'm gonna leave it styled down. Blow dried it before, it was dry, put the product in, and then just styled it. So now I'm dusting them off. That's the cut. Got that fade and that crop cut, baby. Like it, share it, let me know what y'all think. Peace.